Donald Trump used his New Year speech to list the achievements of his administration. He took the opportunity to praise the deals he struck, but omitted most of the agreements he broke.
There has never been an administration, and I'm very proud of this, that's done more than the Trump administration in the first 2 years of office. We made a deal with Mexico. We made a deal with Canada. We made that deal with South Korea. Then you look at North Korea. We're doing really well. We moved our embassy to Jerusalem in Israel.
One of the broken accords that wasn't mentioned was the decision by the United States and Israel to leave the UN's Culture and Heritage Organization. After years of bitter wrangling, Washington announced its intention to leave UNESCO in October, accusing the agency of anti-Israel bias. That's now come into force.
On the 12th of October 2017, the Department of State notified UNESCO Director General Irina Bokova of the U.S. decision to withdraw from the organization and to seek to establish a permanent observer mission to UNESCO. This decision was not taken lightly and reflects U.S. concerns with mounting arrears at UNESCO, the need for fundamental reform in the organization, and continuing anti-Israel bias at UNESCO.
Now, at this point, we can review that in 2017, there was outcry from the United States and Israel when UNESCO designated Hebron, the city in the West Bank, designated it as a World Historical Site. Now, there is a contested area in the center of that city. To Muslims, it's the Ibrahimi Mosque. To Jews, it's the Cave of Patriarchs. And at that point, we saw some loud outcry from the United States and from Israel. Now, it's important to note that this isn't the first time that we've heard accusations of a pro-Palestinian bias from the USA and from Israel. In 2011, when the UNESCO body officially recognized a state of Palestine, at that point, the USA and Israel both stopped paying dues to UNESCO. They were then stripped of their voting rights in 2013 after having not paid their dues. So at this point, we see the United States carrying out a policy that it's long carried out, which is when it doesn't like certain international accords and agreements or international bodies, it simply withdraws. Let's review.
The United States will withdraw from the optional protocol on dispute resolution to the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations.
The United States is officially withdrawing from the UN Human Rights Council.
We will not cooperate with the ICC. We will provide no assistance to the ICC. Baseless, politicized claims are brought against us.
Hypocritical bodies and institution.
Unjust prosecution by this illegitimate court.
The Council ceases to be worthy of its name.
We will commence a review of all international agreements that may still expose the United States to purported binding jurisdiction, dispute resolution in the International Court of Justice.
So the United States continues to withdraw from international bodies and international agreements in response to decisions it does not approve of.
Peter Galbraith, a former U.S. ambassador to Croatia, believes America's withdrawal from international agreements and organizations will eventually be reversed.
So this is an entirely political step. It has to be pointed out that the irony of it is that so many of these institutions, the United Nations, the International Court of Justice, were ones that the Human Rights Council were created by the United States. The United States took the lead, and yet now we withdraw. But also this comes from a very politicized administration, a very extreme one I have to point out that lost the election by 3 million votes, and based on the midterm results is not likely to be around it after 2020. And so very likely these decisions will then be reversed. So my advice to the rest of the world is take a deep breath and America will be back.